Hey everyone, I'm Jeff. I've been up all night editing and filming for you guys, so I hope you appreciate it. It's about 4 a.m. now, yeah, just a little past 4. Had a few too many energy drinks, so I think I'm good for the rest of the night and most of tomorrow. So anyways, hope this videos and all these videos I'm making are going to be a great help to everyone that uses them to work on their cars. Go ahead, feel free to visit my website. It's www.projectgs.com. If you go there, I have a whole bunch of other guides I've written up in the past. And I should be adding more, if I have time. And again, feel free to donate money to keep me motivated to make more videos in the future. See you guys on the forums. One thing you'll notice is my crankshaft pulley is painted silver. The factory one comes black. It doesn't really make a big difference, but just trying to give you all the details and everything so you don't think something's wrong with yours. This is a step right here, right now. I should have told you to do it earlier. Just keep in mind, do this step and don't miss it like I did. Before you take the timing belt tensioner out, which I already did, you want to line up the marks on the crankshaft pulley to the 0 position. There's a 0, 10, and it goes to 15. The mark on the timing belt cover. What this does, it brings the engine, the number 1 piston and number 6 pistons, they're tied together to the top dead center, or 15 degrees before top dead center. I'm going to go ahead and do that now. One thing you have to keep in mind, if you do this later in the process like I did, the timing belt, the upper cams, they see how loose this is. Everything is really loose. Has a very good chance of slipping, jumping teeth. If you jump 2-3 teeth, it's not really a big deal, but if it's too many, the valves might hit. So just go ahead. I'm holding my hand right here while I'm turning the crankshaft pulley. Keep in mind there's a lot of resistance, and the cylinders are actually compressing, so you have to push pretty hard in between the piston cycles. Okay, when you check it out, I've actually lined up and they haven't skipped a tooth. Okay, here's the first mark on the pulley. I believe the factory one is, it's either white or yellow, but it doesn't really matter. What really matters is the positioning of it. There's one mark there, and the second one is just a little bit over. Right here. So basically you're counting, you're just looking at how far forward they are on the pulley. So that's the first one that comes up and the second one. I'm pretty sure the factory ones is white and yellow, but as I said, what matters is their position relative to where they are. So whichever one comes first, the engine always cranks clockwise. So the first one that hits, if you line it, the 0 here to the first line that comes up, and you'll see up here on the camshaft pulley there's a dot and a line. Same thing with the right one, the dot and a line. So you got the 2 dots and the 2 lines, and when you're at the first mark here, and dot and dot, and if you look carefully, there's 2 indentions on the cover itself, right here to there. If you look like just a straight line, same thing this side, straight line. And when you have the dots lined up with the first line, that's 15 degrees before top dead center on cylinder 1. If you rotate this line to the 0, these camshafts, that line will line up to that mark, that line will line up to that mark, and the cylinder will be at top dead center. Okay, now that's done. Here's the special tool I was talking about. This is it's actually called the crankshaft pulley holder tool. This is an aftermarket one. the factory Toyota one you can buy, but it's actually not as strong as this piece, and this one actually costs about half of the genuine Toyota tool. So this one's the one to get. Alright, the way to use this, the way it works, there are 2 holes on the crankshaft pulley, and there's these holes correspond to that, and you put the bolts in, like so. And the 2 bolts, you want to line it up. Put it in. Okay, you want to tighten these down to approximately 15 foot-pounds. It doesn't have to be precise, but just don't over torque it and break these bolts off, or else you have to buy new ones. Just hand tight, firm, that's good enough. Okay, now that's done, I'll show you how this tool actually works. Okay, the main reason that this tool is necessary is because if you try to just unbolt the crankshaft pulley bolt, this is what's going to happen. You're going to turn the whole engine. So you need something to secure the pulley in place. What some people do, they stick a wrench into the flywheel, either flywheel or the flex plate for if it's automatic, and they jam something in there to prevent the crankshaft from moving. But the thing is, to remove this bolt takes I would say close to 1,000 foot-pounds of torque. So what ends up happening, well, it's a 50-50. Sometimes it comes loose, sometimes you bend the flex plate or break a tooth off the flywheel. So using this tool is your safest bet. What this tool does, you have 2 people working it. The first person will be holding the one breaker bar in place, and the second person will actually come in. Also, another thing, when you add extensions to any part breaker bar, or just it reduces your leverage or your torque. So always try to keep the joints as short as possible. Okay, I've already taken this one off before from my car. So keep in mind, I'm able to do this by myself, 2 arms. You will probably need to put a 5-foot pipe on each one of these breaker bars and have a friend help you, and you 2 will be pulling in opposite directions as hard as you can, and you'll still be fighting with it for a long time before you actually break it. Yeah. That one came loose. Okay, take that tool off, and you can go ahead, just loosen everything, and you can take off the removal tools. And you don't need this till you put the engine back together. Now you look, this one just comes out. It takes a lot of force to crack that initial first half turn, but after that, just hand tight. Take it out. Sometimes you'll be able to pull it out, but most likely not. So you'll need a second tool. Okay, here's a second tool. It's called a either a pulley removal tool or even a steering wheel removal tool works. I mean, this is not, it's held on tight, but it's not that tight. Maybe 100 or 200 pounds of force should be able to pull it off. And it comes with this. This is the hub assembly, and what it does is you 2 bolts through, and these bolts tie into where that removal tool just was, and it holds this in place while this pin screws and presses out the pulley.